The sit-at-home order by the indigenous people of Biafra today recorded varying levels of compliance across southeastern states in the country. Our correspondents across Enugu, Abia, Anambra and Imo states report generally low compliance with residents going about their activities.
These commuters in Anambra State are either unaware of IPOB's sit-at-home order or they've simply chosen to defy it all the same. The group had earlier declared Friday, September the 14th, a day of general strike, as well as protest against alleged killings of its members. The group issued a similar sit-at-home order 3 months ago, and for this resident in Awka, the Anambra State capital, it was not effective.
We have done it several times, and I don't think it has helped. It has helped us in any way. People have to go to work and get what to eat. If you sit at home, you will not get anything. You will remain hungry.
The State Commissioner of Police believes this is a message for IPOB.
Things are going on fine, and this is my indication. It's a message to the IPOB. Look, it's a proscribed and illegal organization. It does not exist, and it cannot exist, and it will not exist.
At the Ogbete main market in Enugu State, commercial activities appear unaffected. It's the same at Abakpa and Emene, where stores display their wares to prospective buyers.
I came out to do my normal business because nobody, the order that they gave, I didn't see it as, something that is legit. So the government have asked us to come out to do our normal business, and they have not been putting food on my table. So I come out to do my normal business.
Mixed reactions trail the order in Imo State, where our correspondent reports partial compliance.
This place is a very busy place. You can see it's very scanty. It's evident that there's compliance. We are not disturbing anybody, nobody is disturbing us, but because we have what we believe in, it's in the mind, not in the flesh. We decided to sit at home. I'm going back home.
Federal government is all and all in Nigeria, as far as Nigeria is concerned. So me clamoring for Biafra, I don't think whether the Biafra will come and stay. It will never come to reality.
A federal high court in Abuja had on September the 20th, 2017, granted the federal government an interim injunction prescribing the activities of the indigenous peoples of Biafra. This implies that any protest by the group remains illegal.
And staying in the southeast, the Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has announced that the All Progressives Grand Alliance primary election will be free, fair and transparent. The governor gave this reassurance in Awka during the party's national retreat ahead of the forthcoming primary elections this month. He says the aftermath of the primaries will determine the future of the party.
It's a gathering of party faithful and supporters of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, in Awka, the Anambra State capital. The state plays host to the party's 2018 national retreat, a platform for interaction among aspirants. The arrival of the state governor, Willie Obiano, who's also the party's national chairman board of trustees, sets the ball rolling.
What we have done here, Your Excellency, is to bring all these people together here for us to interact. And many of them are meeting one another for the first time.
This retreat provides a good opportunity for all aspirants vying for various political positions to bond together and strengthen human relationships.
For party members, the battle is for APGA to remain united and undefeated in the forthcoming general elections and beyond.
When we meet, critically, we remove sentiments and friendship aside and to destroy the Assembly's party. So I want you to keep it that way, Chairman, keep it that way. Look at your opponent in the face, shake his hand and say, look, I wish each other, we wish each other strong hunters. That's how it is. You cannot have a champion without a strong sparring partner. It's not possible. If part of the screening of the aspirants is based on an understanding of the party's manifesto and understanding and constitution, how many of us will actually pass?
The intent of these questions is to nudge you to convince yourselves that you are motivated by a higher purpose and that you are not just a political hustler or a mercenary.
Governor Obiano reassures the people of his commitment to ensure free, fair and transparent primary elections.
This coming primary is not a primary to come and share money. If you share, they will use a big container to take your money, but they will do the right thing. I'm telling you that. Then secondly, this primary is not to parade talks. I repeat, any candidate, any aspirant that is seen to be behind any category will be disqualified.
Transformational strides of
The event was rounded off with a presentation of a book on APGA's trials, tribulations and triumphs, written by the party's national legal advisor, Ifeanyi Iberi, and reviewed by former CBN Governor, Professor Charles Soludo.
Credit Direct Limited, a major player in the micro-lending space and a member of the FCMB Group, has launched its headquarters in Lagos. The company, which has staff strength of over 1,000, prides itself with providing loans within a few hours and with minimal documentation.
Members of staff and dignitaries arrive at the new headquarters of Credit Direct Limited and move directly to commission the facility. The founder of the parent company unveils the plaque, cuts the tape.
And may the good Lord be with all those who will be working here and everybody else. Thank you.
An inspection of the facility is conducted right after.
The whole thing started as a mustard seed and is burgeoning. What I have seen here, particularly due to the innovativeness of the management and their chairman, is something not only giving thanks for, I'll give them my kudos.
The management of the company says it is proud of its achievements so far in providing easy credit to those who otherwise would not have been eligible.
We've been able to help hundreds of thousands and over 1 million Nigerians to access affordable credit at a fairly rapid pace, especially for emergencies.
For staff members, the venture is more than lending money at a profit.
We want to position ourselves as that organization that can transition with people as they go through different phases of life. So our loan ranges between 50,000 to, but now we just move it up to 10 million. Our interest rate goes between 2.5% per month to as high as 4.75%.
Credit Direct Limited has been in business for about 11 years and currently runs services in 25 states and the Federal Capital Territory.
Let's take a look at some more business news. Here's Kayode Okikolu.
Thank you, Ijama, and you're welcome to Business News. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, says the federal government remains committed to attaining the criteria for the adoption of single currency in the ECOWAS sub-region by 2020. At a meeting organized by the West African Monetary Zone in Abuja, the SGF listed measures such as the efforts to attain single-digit inflation, as well as a fiscal deficit of not more than 4% of the nation's gross domestic product, as some of the recent steps towards the attainment of economic stability. He explains that attaining the single currency within the sub-region remains key to boosting trade, creating employment, and easing movement of goods and services. And latest data from the National Bureau of Statistics shows that Nigeria's headline inflation jumped by 0.09% to 11.23% in August, from 11.14% recorded in July, year-on-year. The increase is coming for the first time after 18 months of consecutive disinflation. At the same time, the food index rose by 1.42% to 13.16%. The core sub-index rose by 0.78% to 10%, while urban inflation index surged by 1% to 11.67% last month. Let's head over to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where Friday's trading session at the NSE ends the week with a turnaround after 8 straight days of heavy profit taking following renewed demand for lower-priced value stocks. Chimeze has a summary of the day's activities.
Thank you and welcome to the Stock Market Report. To the pleasant surprise of investors in the equities market and, of course, the traders, the market made a U-turn into the green this last trading day of the week, with the index up by 0.95%. There were lots of bargain hunting, particularly on the shares of GT Bank and Zenith, and that's why we are seeing those two stocks leading the top trade list. The two stocks plus Transcorp contributed majorly to this amount of transaction volume and value we're seeing here, over 249 million shares worth over 5 billion naira. Now, on the sectoral performance, 2 out of 5 major sectors were in the green, and that's the banking and consumer goods, while the oil and gas was unchanged. The market may have closed positive today, but the week-to-date performance is still down 1.47%, and traders say, hopefully, this positive sentiment recorded today may extend to next week. And that was the Stock Market Report. I'm Chimeze Obi Iwago. Back to you, Kayode.
Thank you, Chimeze. On the global scene, major world stock market and the last day of trading in the week with mixed sentiment amid reports of possible tariffs on $200 billion in Chinese goods, which was announced by the Trump administration. Let's now take a look at the closing figures. Well, that's business news for tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Kayode Okikiolu. The news at 10 continues with Ijeoma.
Thanks, Kayode. Ikoyi Club 1938 is celebrating its 80th anniversary next week in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital. The chairman, Dr. Adekunle Wright, and members of the anniversary subcommittee visited Channels Television's corporate headquarters today. The team, which was received by the chairman of Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo, along with management committee members, received commendation for being consistently at the top of the broadcast industry. Activities to mark the anniversary include a 9-kilometer charity walk to support autism, as well as an anniversary lecture to be delivered by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo.
Channels Television, we all know, over the years has consistently been the best television station in Nigeria for years on ending now. And that's no small feat, you know, with all the other television stations that we have in the country. So it's very key when a particular station consistently remains on the top. That excellence, validated by the system. Having said that, the club is going to be 80. And when such an organization becomes 80, it's just normal that we come to people like you, to organizations like yourself, to let you see how we have been able to go to get to where we are, and what are those activities that we intend to use, we want to engage in to celebrate the 80th anniversary of our great club.